Welcome back in. Zach Gelb Show right here on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey out at Coca-Cola Park for, of course, the Lehigh game up against Scranton. And here with the familiar face that we saw last year outside of Arm & Hammer Park, and that, of course, is Rhys Hoskins. Rhys, appreciate a few minutes. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
Well, last time we were outside of Arm & Hammer Park, you were having a great year. You and Cousins were both in that chase for the home run title, and you actually told me there's one thing that you could improve on going into next year, and that was getting off to a better start. How about this start that you've been on to start off this season?
Yeah, it's something that I definitely wanted to improve on, like I said last year, and I think that had a lot to do with the approach that I had at the plate. It's allowed me to adapt quicker to what pitchers are trying to do, and it's getting me in a good spot each and every night.
When the season ended, what were the things specifically that you did to get off to this better start? What was the major points of emphasis?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of reflection on at bats and maybe what certain organizations were trying to do to me in certain situations of the game, and you take all that information and you put together a plan that best suits me and what I'm trying to do at the plate. And this year, I've done a pretty good job of sticking to that and being as stubborn to that plan as possible.
Last year we were also talking about, with a lot of big guys at first base that hit prodigious home runs, there's a lot of strikeout numbers. That's not the case for you. Your philosophy on just being a little bit more patient at the plate and reducing some of those strikeout numbers, last year you were over 100.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that has, that's the biggest reason why is I'm probably not chasing as many pitches early in counts and getting myself into some better hitters counts. And when I'm in those hitters counts, I'm able to be more selective and maybe not swing at a pitcher's pitch, even though it might be a strike. So, being in those certain counts and comfortable at the plate, I think has led to the decline in the strikeouts so far.
We're talking to Rhys Hoskins, so you said there's always something to improve on. What is there to improve on? Because these stats are unreal right now.
Yeah, same sort of thing. I really want to keep on focusing on controlling the strike zone, getting into as many of those hitters counts as I can.
What's been the biggest difference for you going from AA to AAA this year?
I think that has a lot to do with it. Is developing a plan that is flexible and adaptable, but trying to stick to that as much as I can. A lot of these guys have some big league time and know how to pitch, and aren't willing to give into you as easily. So I think trying to stick to that plan is something that I'll continue to work on.
Now, you hear it more than ever, of course, it's your career, but everyone talks about that next step, and the team up in the major leagues isn't doing that great, but Tommy Joseph did have a very productive month of May. So how do you handle all those rumors on that time period where you really can't control much of it?
Yeah, first of all, Tommy's a great player. Obviously what he's done the last 162 games in the big leagues is pretty impressive. He's a fantastic guy on and off the field, and I wish all the best for him. I'm just trying to stay present where my feet are, keep my head where my feet are, and try to be the best player I can be and where I'm at.
If you were called up tomorrow, do you think you'd be ready?
Of course I do, yeah. I have the utmost confidence in myself and the work that I've done the last couple of years in the Phillies organization, and I have the confidence that the organization and it's the coordinators and the coaches have prepared me to not only get to the big leagues, but stay in the big leagues.
How about some of the guys on this team? We talked about Dylan last year, but Nick Williams, Jorge Alfaro, J.P. Crawford. Just how about this group that really does have that infusion of youth here in AAA?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's impressive. It's fun to watch, and it's really fun to be around. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of special things around here, and I think every day, we come to the ballpark and you see something on the field that you weren't expecting to see, and you kind of just it's in the sense of the word awesome, it really is awesome. It's you kind of leaves you with your mouth open every time. So it's exciting for the future, and I think and hope that a lot of these guys in this clubhouse are a part of the future for the Phillies.
Do you believe that chemistry that you're building now, and I know it's a different ball game when you get to the majors and there's more on the line, but do you believe that chemistry will help out when you get down the road and all you guys are in the big leagues?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that leads to a comfort level amongst us. We know how each other operates. We know who does what and what each other's role is, I guess, so to say. And I don't know. I think just being comfortable with each other. We're out there going out there every day and playing for each other, and I think that translates into a lot of wins.
Wrapping up with Rhys Hoskins, take me a little bit about your defensive approach and your glove at first base.
Yeah, it's coming along. You know, I really prided myself on the work that I do day in and day out. You know, not only on the field but in the weight room with some of the the footwork and agility stuff. So it's something that I'll continue to work on every day. And obviously everyone loves to hit, but if you can make a difference on the defensive side of the game, that only helps your ball club.
Let's just say if no one's ever seen you play, how would you describe just your love for the game, but not only that, just the way that you play?
I'd hope the word professional was something that came to mind. It goes about his business the way that it should be. Plays the game the right way. Even if it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, willing to do stuff for the team to help them win that night.
I've sure you heard a lot about getting some advice and being patient in this process because, like we were talking about, you can't control it. Just with that patience right now, is it at all tough to be patient just with how much success you're having here?
No, like I said, I'm just trying to get better every day that I'm here and try to be the best player that I can be at wherever my feet are.
What have the Phillies told you? Like what are their plans for you right now?
As of right now, as of today, I'm supposed to be in the lineup today and playing first base, probably hitting fifth. We don't hear much. We just come to the ballpark each day and try to be the best player we can be.
Now, some people may hear the video games in the background. How about this setup here at Lehigh Valley? You a big video game player?
I'm not, but it's pretty cool. We're pretty spoiled here. They do a great job, and it's fun to come to the ballpark every day.
Now, I'm looking down at your shoes because last time you were on with us, you told us you had a big sock collection. Are you even wearing socks right now?
I am. I'm wearing some no-show socks. They're actually blue and yellow stripe. So,
what's the new funky sock here right now?
I don't know. I've been wearing some ones with dice on it the last couple weeks. I have a pair of bright green ones that have golf holes on them that I've been wearing too. So, I don't know. Something new every day.
Let's learn a little bit more about you, some non-baseball stuff. Favorite music?
Reggae.
Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
You can't go wrong with Bob Marley, but some new school stuff. I really enjoy listening to Iration.
If you weren't a baseball player, what would you be doing?
Wow, that's a great question. I was a finance major in college, so hopefully something with the stock market.
Okay. You don't hear too many baseball players say that. How do you think you would be if you were on Wall Street having to do all that?
I'm competitive, so I think I'd do all right. Yeah, I think I'd do all right.
Now, last time we had you on, we were talking about how you actually had a World Series game out in San Francisco. Give me some of your favorite baseball players growing up as a kid.
I grew up watching the San Francisco Giants, so obviously Bonds comes to mind. I think every time he came up to hit, I stopped whatever I was doing to go watch his at bat. Him, I grew up watching JT Snow, Torrey Hunter. I just felt like he always had a smile on his face playing, making some acrobatic plays, and it was just fun to watch.
And then finally, before we let Rhys Hoskins run, you could go to dinner with 3 people. They could be dead. They could be alive. Who are the 3 people you going to dinner with?
I think one would be Barry Bonds. Put me on the spot. I think one would be Justin Timberlake, and I think one would be George Washington.
Wow, that's a very diverse group of people. Well, Rhys, always great to see you. Best of luck. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.